Hey there, hackers. Do you know what time it is? I'll give you a hint. That's right, it's time for another software review! Today's victim... Well, first, let's just actually not do this. This is not time for that. Instead, today we're going to be taking a look at something that commonly happens. Because it's the red and green time of year. That's right, Christmas, holidays. You get gifts at the workplace. You get gifts everywhere, and it just is so annoying. And have you ever had it happen? Here, have this. And then you take it, and then you're like, well, gee, thanks. And after all that happens, they're like, well, where's my stuff at? I'm waiting. Nothing? You cheapskate? That's what sucks. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight into how you can plan ahead for this and have a holiday hit list to be able to stop this from ever happening again. And it is hot in this room, even though I have the heater off. Let's get started. Hold on, give me a second. This is just killing me. Ooh, mama, I pulled a muscle in that neck. Ooh. All right, so this is my screen. This is what you see. Nothing special going on here. We're in a demo folder. But, unbeknownst to you, I secretly installed SQL
Holiday Hit List
3 on my Windows computer beforehand. Because I know that things will never go wrong. So, let's go ahead and create a holiday hit list database. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with SQLite 3. I'm going to type in the name of my database. And the name of my database today shall be Hitlist. Because we want people to think we're actually people and that we're not in the idea of being kind. Because, God forbid, that kindness can somehow spread, you know? And I just give it the .db extension. You can leave it without anything, but, you know, if you have a .db, you know, you might think, well, maybe it's a database. Maybe I'll open it with SQLite or SQL or something. I don't know. Whatever. Just, you know, name it something. Okay, so it looks like I didn't download it. And I told you that I did. So let's go through the process of setting that up. I'm running 64 bits, so let's just go ahead and download that. Okay, let's open it. See what we got in zip file. That's for when you program. Gotcha. Okay, so this is what you want actually right here, 132x86. Yeah, what you're seeing right there that I clicked and downloaded and took so quick to download, it was just a DLL file. That's how you program it in, and I'm not going to build a shell for that. I'm actually going to click on this link right here, the Win32x86 thing. This has a bundle of command line tools and everything, which is what we are actually wanting. So let's save that. So with SQLite and some other open source software out there, you're going to run into the issue where you're going to have the executables and no installer. So you're going to have to do what the installer does yourself. Don't worry. That's why I did this. This was all on purpose. It was not because I forgot to do anything. Okay? So we've got all this. I'm going to go ahead and keep the SQLite tools folder because why the heck not? Let's go ahead and copy... Now let's go ahead and go to the program directory. Program files 86, I don't care. You know, you can just put it in the root C directory. I mean, that's probably what you should do actually for all that kind of stuff. You know what? Yeah, actually I'm going to do it that way. I tell you what, let's just make a bin directory. Because I've used a lot of Linux, okay? And let's just paste it all here. Good job, comrade. Let's just take this off because it's starting to get a little hot. You know, the whole thing that you want to do right there is you want to add it to your path and everything. So close out your PowerShell instance and open up a new one. Everything's caught back up on this end of things. So yeah, I have to do a lot of stuff. I tried logging out and back in, and let's see. Good heavens, this thing sheds. This hat sheds. It's like it's a cat. But I'm not allergic to it, which is great because I'm allergic to cats. I will probably die. There's an update on my thing. Stop. Go away from this. There we go. Sorry about that. So I'm going to just run a PowerShell. Please work this time. I'm going to do the tab completion, gosh darn it. I already hit tab. Okay, so it's not recognizing this. That's okay. Sometimes things like that go wrong. So let's just do the system environment variables. All right, I'm just going to edit this because this is probably where the problem is with it not getting the path. So I'm actually going to browse the directory, this PC, bin, SQLite. I did it that way. All right, so it's SQLite 3. Oh. It's because it has the 3 in there. And that's where the problem lies. And there I forgot the 3. So make sure you get your, naming of the variables match up. Don't be an idiot like me. But that's good. This is a learning experience. I did this on purpose so you would understand sometimes things can go wrong and you try logging out back in and it doesn't work and then you just look like a fool for the whole internet to see. All right, so I'm just going to kill that. Now this, I can kill it and then I can just run PowerShell again. And I guarantee you, hold on. I guarantee you, as I am changing my directory to the demo directory, I guarantee you this will work. Now watch. SQLite tab completion. SQLite 3, finally! Now we can name it bloody Hitlist. I'm going to kill somebody.database. Hit. Alright. Tells you what it is. It tells you what time and date it is. Ignore that. Let's just see what we can do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a table. So basic SQL syntax. That's right, I'm not going to do it in a text editor. I'm not going to copy it. You're going to see it as it unfolds in real time right now. First thing we want to do, we're going to create a table. And let's name this table gifts. Then you do a wonderful little... you know what? Maybe it's about time that I do start recording the screen capture thing. This is sloppy. Alright, so now hopefully with that out of the way, I'm doing that thing. I think you saw it on the keyboard. I don't know. We just had the basic syntax for creating a table. Now, what we need in the table are fields. Fields hold your information. Yes, the table holds your information, but the fields hold more specialized information. Think of it like this. When you tell someone, okay, in order to get to where you're wanting to go, you're going to have to go on this road and get to this city. When you're inside this city, you want to go to this block. When you're on this block, you want to go to this address. And that is basically what a table does. It allows you to divel down, and the fields are like your addresses. Kind of. We're going to do an ID thing, so that way everything's unique. So we're going to create an ID field. It is going to be an integer. And it's going to be our primary key. Now, what this means is that you're going to constantly have to add in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every time you create a field. And maybe you want it to be created for you automatically. This is really good if you're doing programming stuff. And it does what's called auto increment. So I'm just going to type it now. And this is a little bit different than other, database systems where they'll have like, the little underscore, this. But instead, it's all in one word here. So auto increment. Yes. Don't forget to add a comma when you're at the end of the line. Otherwise, it's going to get confused and say, why are you doing this to me, man? All right. So now we're going to have not target. Let's just do gifter. Okay, I mean, gifter is basically going to be a varchar2 field. It's going to be the name of it. 64 is a really good, long enough amount of characters for a name. All right, so we've got the gifter, the name of the gifter in there. Now we want to have the gift. Now, I could do a varchar like that, but, how do you pronounce that anyway? You have a text field, which means I don't know how many characters are in there, and I want it to just kind of be here, kind of be there, be varied. I don't want to think up the math inside my head to do it. Let's just go ahead and create the gift, or you could do it as description, and I'm going to do it as description. We're going to make it a text field. All right, so now that we've got that done, let's see, what else do we need? Probably a date received. Let's do that. So let's do date R. Date R. Dater for date received, or hello, ladies. So we're just going to go ahead and say date R for date received. Generally, if you're doing SQL, you probably want to make sure it's a little bit better organized than that. And then we're going to make it a date field. We're not going to make it a timestamp. Now, you can make it a date time field or a timestamp field, which will save like the timestamp or the actual date time. We've got date R as a date field. Now, is there anything else that we really need to add to this? Because we've got a unique identifier for it, so we can always change it real quickly. We've got the name of the gifter. We've got the gift that they're giving to us. That's variable length. And then we've got a date. And then we're going to close it off like that. That just created a table. If you get an error on there, too bad. That just means go hit up a bunch of times until you get to where you're going, and then go back down, and then go up, until you basically fill the whole thing out again and fix the problem that it's talking about. Let's go ahead and just do tables. You prepend it with a period because this is weird. All right, it tells us we've got the gifts table. Fantastic, it was created. And then we can also type in schema to get that. Now, all these special commands must have a period in front. That is what SQLite determines. So we've got that. Great, fantastic. Oh, so that create table SQLite sequence, name sequence, that is your auto increment right there, baby. So now let's just start adding in some fields. Let's say that there was a person, and let's say, for the sake of this, because it sounds cool, their name is Tess T. Tester. How do we add them to our hit list? All right, we're going to insert into the table, right? So insert into table name, which is gifts. And now, if you don't have anything after gifts, and then you just do values, and then you just start adding a bunch of crap, you're going to need to have every single value in the order that you declared it in, meaning you're going to have to start with an integer value for the primary key, a string value for the gifter, a string value for the text, and a date value for the date. If you want to enter things in a random order, for instance, or if you just want to skip fields, because we're already auto-incrementing the ID field, why would you want to just manually do that? So what we'll do is we'll do the gifts, and then we'll just do the field values. So we're going to go to gifter, description, dater, yeah, and then we do values. All right, and now we're going to go down here, and you're going to notice this. Say the gifter's name is Tess T. Tester. Why am I typing so much? Comma. Then we go to our next field, the description. And then we'll just say that she gave us a card, bootleg, DVDs, alcohol, free booze, and gift card. Now, with string fields, you can append them with either just one tick, or like your apostrophe, or your two ticks for your quotes. Just be sure that if you're going to have like a bunch of ticks like apostrophes, you might want to do the double quotes. Or if you have special things to put in here, like another back tick, you just do a backslash tick. So like, let's say the name of the gift card is from Tony's Pizzeria. What you do right there is backhand the sucker, backslash it. And then let's just do a date. Now with date fields, you can either do date time for right now, or you can do timestamp for right now. It would call the function, it would insert the date time, and then you would have that value. Or if you're like, well, this is a couple days later, it was 2019, December 12th. Now, you could do an enter, and then you could type this, and then this to end it. Or you could just end it like this. But let's say you've got multiple gifts from multiple people you want to put in at once, and you don't want to have to do the insert into all over again. Well, you, of course, end it with that. Or you could do this, comma, and then you do another open close parenthesis set, and the open close parenthesis set will be your next record to insert. So you just follow the same thing. Boom. What did I do wrong here? Okay, that's interesting. So let's go over what we had put down here. Here's my handy dandy mouse. Insert into gifts. Values. This is the first value set. We're doing gifter field. description field, date received field, new record, field. Why are you not listening to me? Let's just try to break it. Okay, that sometimes can happen. So let's just go ahead and load it and see if this thing still works. So let's do select all from gifts. Nothing was inserted into gifts. I think it was because of that backslash. So let's just go back in time, and then now we have to edit this. So we've got that. All right. So let's just go ahead and try to clean this sucker up, shall we? Cleaned up. All right, fantastic. Let's go. Ooh. Fantastic. You notice how that logged it this time. So let's go ahead and get the mouse out of there, and let's select all from, you probably didn't see that with a keyboard over it. Okay, how about I just do this to go down? I changed the tick marks from the single tick to the double tick, and that worked with that. And actually, you could have taken that out at that point. So let's just go ahead and select all from gifts. There we go. It has our fields. They don't look understandable. Let's make them prettier for the sake of it. Good golly, this is Christmas. Let's give ourselves a present. What we're going to do is we're going to do a dot. Now, there's a little bit of dot codes, and there's some that you can control for like columns and column width and how they're displayed. Was it options? No, it was dot help. How about this? We'll use dot help to find. Oh my gosh. This gives you a lot of stuff that you can read through. Okay, so whenever you're lost, type in dot help, and it will tell you. Okay, yes, I love headers. That is a fantastic command. That's one of the things that we're going to be using is headers. Ah, there we go, dot show. Dot show is what we want to use here. It shows you all your little things, so echo, all these different things. This is like your go-to for pretty fine stuff if you ever forget things. So remember, dot show me. I'm from Missouri. I'm not, but as far as this is concerned. We've got our dot show, and we are looking at our command names. Call separators, row separators, stats, width. All right, here's what we're going to do. Let's start with dot headers, and we're going to set them to on. Let's see what that does by itself. Notice it gives us headers right here. Let's do dot show again. As we can see, our headers are now on. We've got mode as in list, but we want it in a different mode. There are different mode types that you can use, but the one that we're going to be using is column. All right, let's see what that does. Wow, that makes it pretty. If you ever run into the problem where the field is just like awkward with its length here, like the ID field, that's a little bit large, and we're not going to have that many in here. So what we do is let's do a dot show again, and we're going to see that we have width. Now, dot width is fantastic because you can do auto for everything, which does what we just saw, or you can do something a little bit nicer here, which we want the ID field to be short, and we want it to just be 2. Now, if we just do width 2, and then we go ahead and select all, that does it for us. But what happens if we want the last row to just show maybe the year, as in 2019? What you do is that you can do width, good golly, and now you can do the 2, or you can do auto, 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 or 2. Wait, no, 4. Let's see what that does. Then you notice that the first thing's done. So if you just want to fix that, change the first auto for the first field to 2, and one more time. Wow, pretty printing. I bet you feel smart now. I sure do, after all that hard work that I didn't have to do because I was such an idiot. So there you have it. That's how you do that. Okay, let's push it off the side. Whoa. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully that was helpful for you, giving you a holiday hit list for where you put and give your gifts. Have fun, and happy holidays. Okay, you know what? I can't do that. Hattie hacking. How do you do that with this anyway? Do you just kind of...